Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Blade talking, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite weapons in the game. I absolutely love this weapon. I use it both in multiplayer and in Warzone, and this loadout actually works in both. However, I am gearing it towards Warzone. Anyway, let's take a look at the Kar98k. So you're going to want to put the monolithic suppressor on there. That's going to give you sound suppression and damage range. The sound suppression is really important on this one, more important than on an actual sniper rifle. Moving on, you're going to want to use the Singard Custom 27.6 inch. It's going to give you damage range, which we already talked about that. Bullet velocity, which is really nice on this weapon because you don't have to lead your shots as much, and that's really important on this weapon because you're going to be using this in usually kind of fast-paced encounters, and it's going to help you through those a lot to have that bullet velocity because you're not going to have to lead your shots when a person is running, and chances are with this weapon you're going to be shooting somebody when they're running. Also, it's going to give you recoil control, which really isn't particularly important. It's nice when you've cracked somebody and you're going for a follow-up shot, but chances are, in the time that the Kar98 is reloading, you'll probably already be recentered, so it doesn't really matter, but it is nice. Tac laser. This one, a lot of people don't like running the tac laser. They're afraid it's going to give away their position. I almost never get given away by my position. Just don't sit there and stare down the scope the entire time. If you don't see somebody, don't keep staring down the scope, and even if you do see somebody, don't just sit there and stare at them if you're not going to take your shot. If you take your shot, you don't have to worry about whether or not they see you, because they're going to know where you are anyway if you get a hit marker. Anyway, aim down sight speed is the main thing here. It's going to give you a lot of that, and it's also going to give you aiming stability, which is super important. The main thing, like I said, is the aim down sight speed, because this weapon is going to be for fast-paced medium range to long range encounters, and it's going to help you a lot there. But it also gives you something that I usually say is not important, but on this weapon, it's kind of important. It's going to be giving you some aim walking steadiness. And the reason that's important is because with this weapon, there's going to be a lot of times where you're side strafing. And you're going to be strafing away from your enemy while you're shooting. And that can really help land your headshots when you're moving. It's just going to help you out a ton. And like I said, on most weapons, I don't even care about aim walking steadiness. But on the Kar98, I actually do think it's important. Variable zoom scope. You could use any zoom sight you want. I do recommend running a zoom sight for sure, but I like this one because I feel like you miss out on a lot of opportunities to get kills if you're not running an 8 times or higher magnification scope. If you're not running 8 times or higher, it just feels like you miss out on more because you just can't hit the shots as well with a 3.5 times. And I just feel like it's important. There are other sights you could run. You could run the plain old sniper scope, which is going to give you 7 times, but it just doesn't feel as good as that 8 times. You could also even run the VLK, but I feel like having a higher zoom scope is more important. And another reason to run that dual, the variable zoom scope, is because that 3.5 is going to be better for medium range engagements, and it's super duper easy to switch over. You just one click and you're switched. And you're going to want to run the STVOL precision comb. It's going to give you aiming stability. You could switch this out for the aim down sight speed stock, or even for the stipple grip tape, but I feel like this just helps more. It's nice to have that aiming stability for the longer range encounters, and your aim down sight speed still stays nice and snappy. One thing that's important to note, I recommend running the cross thread threadical on this for Warzone. In multiplayer, believe it or not, I actually like the default reticle better for some reason. It just feels better. But for Warzone, the cross thread or the pinpoint, and I generally prefer the cross thread. However, the pinpoint still does the trick just fine. But the default tends to cover people up more. And in multiplayer, you're almost never going to be in a situation where it's going to cover somebody up. To run with this, I don't actually run the 1911. I actually usually run an MP7, and the reason I run an MP7 is because this weapon is going to be for medium range to long range encounters. You're not going to be able to do anything close range at all with this weapon, and even your medium range may lack a little bit. So like closer medium ranges, it's going to be hard to get kills with this weapon. It's not going to be impossible. If you're good, you can still get them easily, but you need a good secondary, and you need something that can cover close range extremely well. So what I would run is MP7. Now, normally if I run a sniper rifle, I run a Ram 7. Because the Ram 7 covers medium range, which the sniper rifle can't cover at all, really. And then you can also cover your close range, sort of. Well, the thing is, the Kar98 already kind of has medium range covered. And it can cover long range. It can even sort of cover super long ranges. But you're completely lacking in the middle. So there's this thing, I like to call it range overlap. So I like to not have range overlap on my weapons. So if my Kar98 works at medium range, but it doesn't work super well, and it works at long range, oh, okay, no, let me rephrase that. My Kar98 works at medium range, and it works at long range. It doesn't work at all at close range, and it works kind of okay at close or medium range. Well, I want to find something that works great at close range and can work at medium, closer range, and medium range. So that way there's very minimal range overlap. So what I do is I run my MP7, because my MP7 covers close range extremely well. It doesn't cover it as well as the MP5, but it still covers it well. And it also can cover close or medium ranges and medium range. So that way I have the least amount of range overlap, because if I was running an assault rifle, as it's like the M4 or the Ram 7, my medium range and my Kar98, my assault rifle and my Kar98 would kind of cover some of the same ranges, and I don't really like doing that. That way I can be more versatile. Perks, I don't actually run double time. I don't know why I had that on there. I run EOD, because double time, I can kind of get the same effect by slide canceling, plus I can have EOD at the same time. And the other ones in this column are kind of useless unless you're playing night mode. If you're playing night mode, definitely go with cold-blooded. A lot of people use thermals in night mode. I run Ghost. Lots of people prefer to start out with Overkill, but I like to start out with Ghost. If I do start out with Overkill in a match, it's that way I can show you guys my weapons immediately instead of having to wait for my second loadout. But if I'm just playing a match with my friends and I'm not recording, I always go with Ghost. That way I can stay off the map, and that way I can also have a rocket launcher at first, because I tend to feel like rocket launchers are really important early on. Helps you take out vehicles, and vehicles are going to be most prominent in between your first and your second loadout, in my opinion. Then you can also run amped. I like amped best. I like being able to switch between my weapons very quickly, because I'm typically running a sniper. A lot of times when you're running a sniper, you're gonna realize that there's somebody close to you, and you need to switch quick and take care of whatever's going on. And also, if you're not running a sniper, chances are you're running a assault rifle and an SMG, or an assault rifle and a shotgun, in which case you're gonna need to switch quickly to switch over to your close range. That way you can finish somebody off after you've used your medium range. But the thing is, I'm not saying shrapnel. My second favorite is easily shrapnel. Shrapnel lets you have two lethals, which means that, okay, so instead of going over there and finishing them off with your secondary, you could just throw a Semtex or a frag or a C4 over there and finish them off. Or you could weaken them up with that in the first place, and then go in with your medium range gun. Since they're already weakened up, you are not necessarily going to need a close range gun. Or, you know, just whatever. Those are my two favorites. I find that the others here are pretty useless. Battle Hardened is nice when you're intending, pretty much if you're afraid of riot shielders, Battle Hardened is nice. For your lethal, I run Semtex. You could run Proximity Mine, Thermite, C4, Frag Grenade, Molotov. They're all great, but in my opinion, the best ones are Frag, and that's only if you get the cook time down. C4, because you can take out vehicles super well with it. However, the throw range was nerfed heavily. Semtex, which is, in my opinion, the best one for taking out people. Proximity Mine, which is great for setting down, that way people can't get you, and it's also great for taking out vehicles that are frequently traveling in an area. And Thermite, which is great for taking out a vehicle that is coming by, throw it at it, the vehicle is probably going to go down, and it's also great for taking care of riot shielders. For your tactical, I run Heartbeat Sensor. I like to hang back, figure out what's going to go on, then head in and take care of whatever's going on. If you like to just immediately go in, throw a stun grenade, and go for what's best, you could run a stun grenade. You could also run a flash. And if you're afraid of snipers, smoke grenades are a great option, because you can toss one down, get that smoke, and then run away while the smoke is out. If you are running a riot shield, you're definitely going to want stun grenades. Anyway, that's this loadout for the Kar98. If you have any other ideas for the Kar98 or any other weapons, if you want to tell me any loadouts that you use, or just any loadout at all, give it to me. And if you specifically want to see me run a loadout, not just show you a loadout video on it, tell me that. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment. I love seeing you guys respond to my videos, and I love responding to your comments. It makes me feel like my channel's doing good, and I just like hearing what you guys have to say. And please subscribe. I need the subscribers, and that's going to help get me further out there, get me more views, and then I'm going to be able to put out more videos. I'm going to be able to just keep doing better and better until I'm a very successful channel, hopefully. And just please, you know, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see my videos when they come out instead of having to look for them, hit the bell notification, and that will give you a notification when my videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun playing the game. Remember to, you know, just do everything, and if you like this loadout, use it. Load up. Brag out.